So in this video, before I even get started, I want to just lay out in front of you, I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. I'm just going to lay some stuff out in front of you, and you can come to your own conclusion on it or think it through. Probably be the best way to do it. Do some research about it. So it's convenient, and it's just super convenient, and it's a pretty big coincidence you can't prove anything here, one way or the other, except to yourself. You can prove things to yourself, but aside from that, you cannot prove anything. You can't verify it. You can't. Now, what I mean by that is the stories, the legends, the myths, the theories, etc. You can go from a Big Bang theory. You cannot prove that. It's literally a theory. Now, I understand you're going to say, well, just look into the Big Bang. I'm not going to go over this entire situation, but if you know anything about the Big Bang, they think that they can pinpoint it due to a telescope and due to light and due to whatever. But what I'm saying is that doesn't prove anything. That just proves one person came up with the theory. And if I'm not mistaken, a priest in the Vatican came up with the Big Bang theory. That's pretty weird. I'm going to have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. So you cannot prove that. So one person thought this was a good idea. Other people, other scientists, pretty much got persuaded by his argument and bought into it and believed it, if you want to go down that road. So you can't verify or confirm that God made us. Now, any of the gods in the Bible or religious texts, really, there's this one religion that I've not heard of that I stumbled across the other night, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It's called Octarianism or something like that. I'll try to link it down below. But that one's a pretty good, straightforward thing. But still, you can't prove that. You can't prove any of it. You can't prove Jesus was here. You can't prove Buddha was real. You can't prove that. I'm going to go one step further and sound crazy. You can't prove dinosaurs were here. Now, well, Blake, you're crazier than hell. Now I know you're crazy. Because there's fossils of dinosaurs. How do you explain that? Well, I just don't think any of it happened, man. I think it's all stories. I do. I think it's all stories. 100% you can't verify human history. There's so many different accounts of it. There's so many different ways that it can be interpreted. There is so many conflicting stories, and obviously, if you believe any of these stories, when wars happen, people would burn down libraries and destroy text and stone carvings and etc. So you can't prove any of it. What I think is insane is how can you? This one really mindfucked me. But again, I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. I'm just saying think this through. You can't prove anything. You literally can't prove anything except you, yourself, and your experiences. So this one's probably, human history in general is a weird one, no matter how you look at it. Let's just, if you want to look at the God in the Bible or any God that created this, right? So first made man, then used a rib to make whatever. So let's just say you believe that, and you believe the Big Bang and evolution, and so here we are to this point. We were all one tribe. Depending on what you want to believe, it don't matter where you believe we came from. I think the general consensus is Africa. I've not done enough research to give my true opinion about that, but let's just say Africa, because it makes sense. Cradle of civilization, supposedly. So we were all from Africa. We were one race, one tribe. We spoke one language, and due to the big freeze or whatever, we had to migrate out. So one group went over a land bridge and traveled into the Americas. It's just crazy, man. And then that land bridge melted, stranding them there. Now, people traveled the seas all the time before Columbus, but Columbus or the Vikings or whatever the fuck you want to say, or whoever you want to believe, discovered America. So now, by the time this happened, we had already split into, we had different, skin pigmentations evolved, Blake, so obviously skin color is going to be different at that point. Okay. We made a diverse language, like different languages. Why would these people that left that tribe, how could their skin color not stay the same to make more people's skin color the same? And then why did they decide to switch languages? Like, why would they? And then they already knew this language, but fuck it, let's create a new language. And then everyone agreed to it. And it just evolved from there. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that if anyone believes that. And I'm showing my bias one way or the other. I'm sorry, but I'm just speaking honestly with you. This one's mind fucked me. So, no one in the how many thousands of years never made it to America, supposedly, except Columbus. This huge chunk of land was there. People sailed all the time. Well, Blake, they thought the earth was flat, and they thought they was going to, okay, pretty convenient. Nonetheless, man, there was not enough time for skin pigmentation to evolve, for language to evolve that much, and for different cultures, and it's just, I don't know if it's possible. And I know you're saying, well, it's a few thousand years. Well, it's just a few thousand years, exactly. It just doesn't make any sense, and I'm trying to, I've really thought this through and tried to play it out. None of this shit here makes any sense, really. And I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, really nothing about here makes any sense. The way we do two-party systems, the way that we used to make people slaves based on their skin color, the fact that there's we don't treat each other with dignity, or we didn't, or most people don't anymore. I don't know. The fact that money is so important and people put it up on a pedestal when money is not even real. It's just imaginary numbers that we have agreed to. And it's just crazy, man. So I would just like to get to the bottom and verify any of this. I would like to verify and this is another one that's way too convenient. Unless you yourself take the time, energy, and effort to go verify a lot of these, anything really that you know with religion. So let's just say you're religious and you're like, dude, these people are crazy. They've not really had religious experiences or spiritual experiences. Well, you don't know that, so you're just assuming they didn't, or you're just blindly believing they did. So you can't disprove that or prove that unless you take time, energy, and effort to go forward and do it. Now, with science or anything of that nature, again, you can't prove it unless you take time, energy, and effort to go prove it. And that can be with a lot of things. I mean, I think a lot of what we have been told makes no sense. Once you get to a certain level, you can it'll just hit you like a ton of bricks. Like, this shit don't make any sense. It doesn't even sound right. Why the hell did I believe this to begin with? Like, okay, well, now I know why I believed it. Because X, Y, and Z told me. I learned it in school. And if you ask X, Y, Z why they believe it, well, they heard it from this one and they learned it from this one. But no one has actually... Now, I'm not saying scientists have not taken the time. Obviously, I'm not saying that. However, I'm saying that scientists are biased, just like religious people are biased, and they both believe in the same thing in a weird way. And I'm just sitting back thinking, man, how much of this shit's actually true and accurate and believable? Because none of it's really believable, and that's probably what, again, mind fucks me. You can't prove, verify, or validate anything. You have to take people's words on it. You have to believe a weird system that just keeps repeating over and over and over. Well, for an example, I'm not saying school's not needed. I'm not. But I truly think that anything you can do in school between the ages of kindergarten and by the time you graduate regular high school, you can absolutely learn by the time you're 13 or 14. And then you could actually go to college and learn things you wanted to do or whatever. We focus on stupid shit that don't matter, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not important, but it's a weird loopy cycle that we're going to structure kids to go to school, sit in a classroom, ask when they can go to the bathroom, obey people, not talk out of turn. Then after that, they're just expected to go out and get a job. And work a job, most people are miserable at doing what they do. Spend a third of their lives or more doing that. To barely get by, being miserable to barely get by, or they have to dedicate huge chunks of their time to get ahead, and then they don't have a normal life. So why would you want that? And why do we keep repeating this cycle to kids? And like, why do we tell people, like, why is it okay to go in a store and buy liquor and cigarettes, but it's not okay to go in a store, depending on which state you're at, and buy some weed? Or better yet, why is it not okay to go in a store and buy some LSD? Or to buy some mushrooms? But, drinking and smoking, and let's give you some prescription pills. I think you need them. It's a weird fucking circus we live in. It's a shit show for sure, but it's beautiful though. I'm not knocking this shit show. It's a great show. What I am knocking is our priorities, and I'm knocking why we continue to go along with this shit. Now, I need people to help me here. I need people to help me voice their opinions and their outlooks, and hopefully realize this is not normal. Nothing we have been doing was normal. It's not normal to sit on a fucking phone all the time. It's not normal to get tore up over people's fucking opinions. Now, a lot of these I've came close to overcoming and mastering, but just let's think about this logically, okay? Most people go to work. They're miserable at work. They can't wait to get the day over at work. And then when they get home, they eat a bunch of shitty food. They sit on the phone, scrolling through Facebook to find shit to get mad over, or watching YouTube videos that don't make any fucking difference. Unless you're actually watching legitimate shit, then congrats to you for dedicating your time to something that would improve you. Or they watch fucking movies, play video games. No, I play video games. I get on my phone and scroll through meaningless shit on Facebook. I just try to cut it down. I just fully want people to understand this, though. This is what most people do. We have severed our connection with outside. That's why I try to go in nature. That's why I try to enjoy the beautiful things and the simple things in life. Now, I just want people to understand, hopefully, or realize or wake up to this one day. This is not normal. This is not structured properly. Or no, it is structured. I'm sorry. It's structured properly. The content is not right. It can be upgraded a little bit better. So if you want to know the overall structure, it's love. The overall structure is love. And nature, really, right below that by a little. And then the rest of it's just shit we fucking created to not stay bored. But in the not staying bored part, we have become obsessed with shit that we don't like doing. We don't know why we do it at the time. It becomes a weird little cycle and process of repeatedly doing shit, feeling bad about it, wondering why you do it, swearing you're going to quit doing it just to do it again. Now, I'm not putting this on other people. I'm just putting this from my own experiences, past experiences, and some even up till now, and from hearing other people. So that's something I need to work on. But first of all, open your mind up, guys, and please think this through. You can't verify or validate any of it, so quit giving it power over you. Quit getting upset over stupid shit. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat, or vice versa, or you're a Christian and I'm a nothing. That's what I am. I'm nothing. And it doesn't matter if you believe in the God in the Bible, and I believe in nothing, which I don't not believe in nothing. You have to believe in something. And I believe in the idea of God, but that's what it is. The idea of God, the idea of a higher creator. But it's just shit you made up. Maybe not, but we made it all up. The idea of God, I'm not against. The thought of this God being some power crazed heaven or hell type character, I'm not cool with. I'm not cool with it. But it doesn't matter. It's all stupid constructs we've created, and we get so ingrained into it that you forget it's not even you. You forget that this is not a part of you. You don't have to defend shit. Like, you don't have to defend anything because it's not a part of you. It's separate from you. Their ideas, their thoughts. It's your ego. So can we please quit acting like that you should believe normal shit you're told, and can we please make sure that if people question things, we don't think they're crazy, even though I've seen some stuff that made me question that. But still, yet, let's not call them crazy. Let's not jump to conclusions. And when it comes to the idea of helping others, like universal basic income, I don't understand why people are so against that. It's like the people that probably need it the most are the ones that's most against it. I don't understand why. I don't really understand this whole race shit. It's silly. It's fucking stupid to me that anybody gives a fuck what color you are or aren't. It's stupid to me whether someone cares if I have a dick or don't have a dick. And it's absolutely stupid to me whether I like sleeping with women or men, or if I have X amount of money or no. I mean, it's just so crazy to me. So we need to realize that's not normal. We need to realize their ideas, beliefs, and your ego grasping a hold of them, thinking it's part of you when it's not. You have to let this shit go, my friend, so we can step forward into, actually living life and prospering. It's what we need. And we need a pretty, I'm not going to say pretty quick. Patience is key, my friend, but, it'd be nice if it happened sooner than later. You feel me? And this is video. I mean, I could go further into like you literally can't verify or validate anything, and I would sound even crazier if I even went further into it. But just these key things that you hold your core structure on as being a human being and what you believe and don't believe, realize you can't verify or validate any of them. None of them. And if you can validate or verify something, when it all comes down to the end of it, it's you. It's all you. You can't verify or validate anything but you. And then if you take this shit seriously and you really try to figure this stuff out, it's always going to come back to you. And then you're going to realize what I mean when I said I'm just you talking to you. Everyone you see and encounter every fucking day of your entire life here is you talking to you in the game of form and the play of life. It's what it is. It's you talking to you. So, let's come together and figure something else better out, since we're calling this show. We're calling this show, so we're running the show. Please be awfully fucking helpful. But I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy it. Enjoy life. And let's start thinking these things through so we can do something to actually change it, because we need to change it.